So is it ever too late to start again and go down a different path in life? Well, I'm proving at 50 that I'm taking that leap and I'm going to do something different, something new, jumping and leaping into the pool of the unknown and then finding out how we're going to swim when we're in there. Because I'm starting on a new career as of this week. But this episode is also about for people who feel a little bit stuck. For what used to fulfill us in the past, maybe doesn't fulfill us anymore. I mean, it's quite understandable. A tree doesn't stop growing halfway and thinks I'll stay here now. It continues to grow and evolve. And it's different in our working career life. We often fall into something or choose something, but then we get quite stuck because we depend on it financially. We don't really know any different. We feel that we can't do any different, so we just accept. And before we know it, the years go by, and before time's gone quick, hasn't it? So for me, I've got something that's been brewing really. It's been kind of growing very slowly and small over the last couple of years, and it's led me to the point now to launch as a business and life coach. Which, if you'd asked me 5 years ago, I wouldn't have thought that was going to be for me. I couldn't coach myself. I couldn't sort myself out, never mind try and help other people. But I've built and ran my own businesses for more than 25 years. And in that time, I've had lots of ups, but I've also had my share of downs and life lessons along the way, whether it be my personal life or my business life. And I think in life, of course, we're all good at what we're good at and we concentrate on our successes. But I think also in life, it gets not looked at in the right light of having experience of knowing what not to do. And I heard something the other day on an audiobook, and if you think about a blind person, somebody that can't see very well, they have like a stick, don't they? And if you've ever noticed, they tap from the side, left to right, left to right. And what they're trying to work out is where not to go, which really got me thinking. So the stick isn't showing them where to go because they can't see with the stick. But by going left, right, left, right, left, right, they're seeing, is there anything there that's an obstacle, anything there that's not safe? So they know where to go by knowing where not to go. And I think a lot of life is about knowing what not to do. And we often only get to find that out by doing things and taking those lessons of that worked great, that wasn't so good. So I think again, it falls into, if we're never prepared to take a chance in life, we're never going to fail, which means we're never going to learn and grow and look at things differently. So for me, going into this new career for me, it just feels right of wanting to share and help other people who are still on their own journey. And maybe I can advise, these things work for me really well, but these things I wish I'd done differently. And I can help guide people to avoid the avoidable mistakes, if that makes any sense. And maybe saying, well, just think about that differently and then see where your decision is. Might still go left or right, but you get a chance to think about it a bit differently. So my passion now is to help other people because so many good people have helped me, whether that's for me to help overcome my mental health challenges. And there's been quite a few over the years that I've worked hard to overcome. And I've got different videos on YouTube where I talk about it. People have helped me in my career. People have just been good people to me. And I think that's our duty, is to help other people. Because I think time, it goes too quick and life is too precious for us to stick in something that doesn't serve us. So we all talk about climbing up the ladder. What I've done now is I'm getting off that ladder because that ladder doesn't suit me anymore. And I'm going for a little walk over here. And I'm now about to climb up another ladder. Because what motivated us in our 20s might be very different what motivates us now. How we used to judge happiness and so-called success in our 20s might be very different how we celebrate and judge success and happiness now in our 30s, 40s, 50s and beyond. And if you figure it out earlier than that, then result, well done you. But we're meant to evolve, and so it's about, there's never enough money, let's be honest. And as we climb up the ladder financially, we earn more money. Apart from those short moments of feeling great, often we then go back to feeling normal. Or often as we're about to hit a milestone, before we hit it, we've already moved it along. So we're not even getting that up moment of hitting somewhere. And you should never get confused with ambition and fulfillment. You can still be incredibly ambitious, but you can also feel fulfilled along the way. You can have both. You can be ambitious, wanting more, but still be fulfilled with what you've achieved, while still on an eye on what else you can grow and be successful with. And success isn't just about the financial aspect. It's not just about the car, the house, the postcode, the holidays. They're all one important metric of success. But success, I also believe, is what comes from within. There's a great book called The Inside Out. I think it's by Michael Kendi, but I'll look it up. And it talks about, to be happy on the outside, you need to be happy on the inside first. You've got to get the right foundations in place. You know, is what do we view happiness as? You know, gratitude, what are we thankful for? So yeah, I've reached this interesting chapter, and it's an exciting one that I'm looking forward to. And I also wanted to add a big thanks to everybody that's been part of the channel, supported me here and supported me also on social media, because if it wasn't for your love and support and kind comments that I received back, I might not be doing this. Because this all started a couple of years ago when I kind of got off the hamster wheel of life, and I went to America and I drove through part of Route 66, and it was a chance for me just to kind of slow down and stop and just smell the roses of life, and a lot of mental health battles, of personal life, of my dad passing away and divorce and business struggles. Everything was catching up, and this was my chance to breathe and reset. And the feedback that I got from people that followed me on that journey was, was very heartwarming. And then I went to Peru last summer, and I'm doing things like ayahuasca, plant medicines in the jungle, and I'm traveling around the Amazon rainforest on the river and stuff. And again, the feedback that I got from people, and then starting this channel. So I believe that we create our own tribe of people in our lives. We've known people for decades, and we'll carry those people with us possibly for the rest of our lives, but it's the new people that we meet along the way as well that are just as important, people that we've got similar interests to, similar perspective and, outlook on life. So, I want to thank everybody out there. And so, for anybody that's out there that might be feeling a little bit stuck, it could be a relationship, it could be a career, it could be where you live, it could be your friends, whatever you're feeling stuck with. Of course, never make quick decisions, but write down the pros, write down the cons, find out what's stopping you from either making a decision or from finding that peace and fulfillment with where you're at. But don't just go around in circles for years, because your life and your time is far too precious for that. Is success in whatever we might be chasing success in, and fulfillment. I think we get to a stage of our life where fulfillment is possibly more important than what we view so-called materialistic successes, because it's a fulfillment that we go to sleep with. It's a fulfillment that we wake up with in the morning. So I'll sign off by saying, if there's anybody out there that's looking for somebody to talk to, somebody that understands, somebody that gets life, that's been through highs and lows of business, highs and lows of personal life, highs and lows of mental health and things like that, but found that positive mindset and perspective to push through and flip it into gratitude, get in touch. I work with individuals on a one-to-one. I work with teams. And whatever you're up to yourselves is keep pushing, but in a positive, wholesome sense. Wherever you're stuck, remember this moment will pass, particularly if you help yourself unstick to move forwards. So sending lots of love, lots of gratitude, and I'm wishing everybody a great day. Thanks so much. Take care.